your homeschooling and the tutoring part, because a lot of parents they really care about their kids' English writing and math grade levels, or even exceeding their grade levels. A lot of parents, when their kids are young, the parents they care that a lot. So they're looking for. Sometimes I see a lot of kids they're struggling at school learning, especially in public school. And so I want to know how you're going to help them, and what is your strength on help in putting them in the group, and even though it's homeschooling, but you can do them in the tutoring, or in a group, or in private lesson. How are you going to do that?
Well, there are a few things. We are not here to dogmatize people to say you need to go to this program. We are very flexible. For instance, if they're from a public school and what they want really is just to enrich their current academic subjects, even beyond the core subjects, which is English, the writing, the math, the science, and the social studies, beyond the core subjects, we can also accommodate that too. I've taught a few students even in AP, environmental science. Yet, there's some group of students, due to their unique abilities, need to be very structured, because any major or overwhelming subjects to them, it seems too much for them to sustain and to retain.
Right.
So we created a proficiency that is also toward in line with the state exam, and focusing them on English, writing, and math, even when that is their sole desire. Yet, if they would like to do extra core subjects, including science and social science or social studies, we can also incorporate that. But the main core, in order to pass the state proficiency, is just these three subjects. So we also accommodate for kids, whether they're gifted kids, or whether they're unique kids or regular kids. They have that option. They do not need to be stigmatized that they have to be or pass the SAT before they go to college. They just need to take the state exam, bypass the state exam, even bypass the KC exit exam, and they can move forward to college level.
I see.
So those are the homeschooling. Homeschooling is another way of saying they're private school. So it either is in your home, or someone is like a third party or an ISP that they can also go to a group, a center like us, and have a group type of discussion or core subjects where they can be enriched. Here we use coaching as opposed to tutoring, because here we're literally customizing each individual, each kid, using their unique strengths to build a curriculum for each of them.
So talk about uniqueness. How are you going to how are you going to know that the uniqueness? Are you doing some like assessments on them?
Yes.
And what kind of materials you use, and how are you going to assess them?
Well, each kid coming in, we will recommend a diagnostics per subject. We have 4 core subjects, which is the English and math, science, and social studies. Those are the 4 core subjects. We also have a special diagnostic called a Gibson testing that is really diagnostic on their brain activity, especially they have some kind of stigma against multiple choice questions, or that they just get frozen, or they need more time on the test. We would recommend this cognitive development type of testing. Same cost, $30. This is through another third-party vendor, which I truly would support and embrace, because it fit into our curriculum and our structure and the vision for the kids. After the diagnostics, then we clinically place each kid according to their strength, where we feel we can stretch them over and beyond what their constrained calendar year or grade level would perceive to be. I mean, we can really stretch them. We can do with what their current standing is and more.
I see.
But this come in stages. This come in how much time the parent can invest in putting the kids forward in either an accelerated or a regular program.
Okay, so you said that you're specialized in the group teaching, right?
Yes.
So what if one like third grade levels, and then with the fourth grade level, or even fifth grade levels, English class, how are you going to integrate that into your group teaching?
Well, first of all, let me clarify that English language arts is just like any language would be. Whether you're a regular kid, uniquely, you are learning the English language arts. Grammar is grammar. There's no unique grammar as per se. What you want to teach them are strategies and algorithms based on the fact that they can themselves perceive how to do. You treat English and give them a pattern. If they're very good in mathematical, we will use that pattern to do as part of the coaching. I have taught kids as first grade, third grade, and teach English language in a class setting. Okay, and how you discern them is that we teach them the basic structure as grammar. Let's say if I'm teaching them persuasive essay, I can in turn pare it down to the first grade level and stretch it up for the third grade level. But the concepts, the graphical wheels or the circle or the graphical design or the outline of how to create the essay will be done in the standard form and then customized. Then I would have my teacher assistant volunteers to go around to pursue further with each kid on the brunt exercises so they can focus even more. Then I go round robin. Okay. Because English is just like in any standard.
So how about math?
Math, the same thing. Math, a lot of kids, they use a lot of either symbols, they're more visual, some of them are hands-on. We use a lot of those touch feel, and using English if they're more articulated, using anything that is part of the kid's skill set in a way that they understand. A lot of times, what pulls down the kid is really the comprehension, the understanding of word problems.
Right.
I think the root source is to brush up the English side, the comprehension, the reading skill set, and that in turn triggers the mathematical level. Most of the kids with special needs are actually very brilliant at a higher IQ set in the math, except that they could not know how to place into symbols or vessels that they can manipulate to their best of their strength. So this is where we come in to help them to recognize those triggers that they can set in their retention skill set.
I see. Okay. All right. So basically, you have all the curriculums, and you know how to do the assessments, and you got ready to put them in the course. So yeah, that's just go on and then that's interview.
Yeah. One thing is that we have a curriculum, yet we are also very scalable to the parents' wish for their own specific curriculum. If they want an ATI or a backer, or they want the public school mix, we are very flexible and able to incorporate and enrich at every facet, at every level too. And that's the beauty of it, because we are not locked down by any structure, because I believe each kid is unique.
Right.
They do not need to lock down further to any particular program.
Right.
They need to fly and reach their virtual potential.
All right. So thank you very much, Augusta.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye.